Hello and good day. And yes, my name is Ken Singletary, and thank you first off for inviting me to your Christian communication conference. Unfortunately, I'm not able to attend. As you can tell, I'm here in my living room. Well, I should say my mother's living room. But I do want to just spend just a few minutes just speaking with you in regards to the project that I submitted. Because that is what my forte is is in communication research or communication breakdowns, if you will. And so over the last 2.5 years, especially with my time at Grand Canyon University, I was able to learn a lot about the field of communications. It's wide and vast, and it has a lot of knowledge that and learnings that are encompassed inside of that field. And so, because of that, I took a lot of time to read and prepare some things, and some things were more successful than others, but still, nevertheless, I learned a lot and I was able to complete this project. Now, this project that I've done deals with what I knew about communications and public relations and what others in my community, primarily around the city that I lived in, Gastonia, that I live at, Gastonia, North Carolina, know about public relations and communications. Because when you're speaking with people, especially me being an African American, I have to, and because I've been told I have a radio voice as well, and because I was a salesperson for 22 years, an investment salesperson, and I still am doing my day job for now, I have this tendency to be able to tell stories and help paint pictures to help clients to understand certain things and items regarding investments. That's what I want to try to do with my project that I submitted to you earlier this morning. Actually, if you check the system, way earlier this morning. Seriously. When it comes to communications, it's two simple things. You have a sender and you have a receiver, and really three things. And encompassed in the middle of those things, you have a message. And so, what the sender is doing, the sender has a message that he or she or they want to convey or send or speak and deliver to the receiver. The receiver is the target audience that is may not be wanting to receive the communication, but the sender feels that it's an important duty of theirs to provide that message to them for their betterment. And so, again, you have the message, you have the sender of the message, and you have the receiving or receivers of that message. Now, the delivery of the message comes in various ways. And the way that I did mine was electronically through my submission earlier. So, again, me being as an African American, I didn't know a lot about communications prior to me starting at Grand Canyon University. But as the old saying goes, knowledge is power. The more knowledge you have, the better that you're able to arm yourself with and to do better. And so that is what I've done, especially to my community, my African American community, because a lot of us are unaware of what communications is. And I just spoke about it: receiving, sending, and receiving the message. But also, there's another element in that with public relations. And that person or entity is that spokesperson or entity that represents one who needs that representation to make them look positive and make them look better in a strong, more positive light. And so, my community are mainly unaware of public relations. So what I did, and this was in my heart anyhow to do, because I believe, just like what the Bible says in Psalms 133, to be unified, I wanted my community to be unified in learning. So I surveyed 24 people I've known in the Gaston County office, I should say office, but area, and they're scattered all around the county. Now, I asked them various questions by email. I requested them to fill out an email, and it had several survey questions listed on that email. And those questions pretty much dealt with everything from what their knowledge was regarding public relations to if you have an incident that happens, how can you or what would you how would you respond if that incident came about? And so here is a small example of those questions that I want to provide to you. And so here, those are just two of the questions that I presented to those people who I surveyed. Now, with those questions, because there were 10 more and you should have information regarding that, it asked them everything from what is public relations to if an issue came up, how soon did you know about the issue? Was there somebody who told you about the issue? And is there somebody that can stand up to defend somebody regarding the issue? And timing. And I surveyed these 24 people, which 21 of them responded by email and 3 responded in person. And I have the information and I sent it. And out of those 24, I received very interesting responses. And the biggest message that I got out of that was my community. I say my community because I am African American and I socialize with them pretty frequently at churches, is that A, they're unaware of public relations and communications. B, they're concerned about their neighborhoods. And C, they're hungry to know or to be more educated on public relations. I interviewed by email and in person 24 people from ages of 18 to the age of 71. And again, those 3 answers that I provided were the results of the message or my message that I was trying to convey to them, is that if you don't know, let's find out. So now, at this point, now that I did do that, and now that I've done that, the responses will allow for me to go and participate with them in learning more about public relations. And I do have coming up next month, or I should say next year, more courses in regards to public relations and how we can be positive advocates for our communities. Because it doesn't matter what the age of the person is, they need that. And so that is the target audience that I was targeting, is those that do not know about that, to be educated about public relations. Because anyone could be a spokesperson for another. However, if that person is not properly qualified or if they're not knowledgeable enough of the situation, then that person may not be a good spokesperson for that entity. So bottom line, by spending time, energy, affection, and resources, a public relations person can be the strongest representative of anyone that they can be. And especially for my community who's needed it for the last 5 centuries, the more positivity, the better. So in short, I just want to end my time with this. Being unified is a great place to be in, but being knowledgeable is a better place, a much better place to be strong in. So with that being said, I want to thank you so much for allowing me to spend these 10 minutes with you regarding my research report on a research project on public relations and the African American community. And I pray that you all have a great rest of the conference. And I'm available by phone, the 704-408-9845, or by email, kingcater11@gmail.com, all lowercase. Thank you so much, and have a great day, a great week. Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.